Alright, so today we're going to be showcasing a 1000-year Blood War Max Transcended YACHIRU Unohana. A couple days ago, we did showcase it at 1 out of 5, and for the most part, she performed quite well, defeating characters that originally, prior to her resurrection, she simply wouldn't be able to go against. And even though this resurrection doesn't make her a top 5 Brave Battle character, it does make her good enough to be used in this meta, and she does have a place to stay, potentially in your team, especially if you are someone that has a Max Transcended. And in this case, Q-Tux, hopefully I said that right, gave us their account to showcase this Max Transcended YACHIRU Unohana. So this is the team that we're going to be rocking today. Not really sure if this is the best one, but it is definitely going to work, especially if we put the characters up to who we know we're going to win against, right? So in this case, this is our YACHIRU. She's basically going with full attack and also just a bunch of DR. Look at those beautiful stats. And then for her bonus abilities, we have Last Ditch Survival and also Pierce Barrier. Now, Last Ditch Survival, for the most part, as mentioned in the original video, isn't really like ideal against some of the newer characters. But in her case, since we are mainly putting up against someone like Tsukishima, Jugrim, and also Yamamoto, they don't have Ignore Last Ditch, so Last Ditch isn't really a bad thing to put on her here. And Pierce Barrier is always going to be a good thing to try and go through anyone that does, again, have barriers. For Chad, this is the build that we're going with him, just full attack and full DR. His bonus abilities include Last Ditch Survival and also Dodge. And then last we have Kenpachi, the usual build, attack focused and DR. And in his case, he has Dodge and also Last Ditch Survival. And with the team out of the way, let's jump into some games. Alright, so in this case, we're going against Vegito. This is almost like a perfect lineup for us. We're actually going against Aaroniero themselves, but let's just focus on YACHIRU against Tsukishima. And in this case, a complete and absolute wash. Our Kenny did actually win against their YACHIRU, but funny enough, the Kenny did take a bit of damage. That was a 1 out of 5 YACHIRU there. Our Kenny was 2 out of 5 with level 10 stamina, but we almost lost, surprisingly. So even again, as already demonstrated before, YACHIRU, especially with level 1 out of 5, still definitely can be put to usage. But since she is an old character, ideally you want to have this character Max Transcended, and with that, we absolutely dominated that Tsukishima. We have another similar team coming up. This time they actually have a Max Transcended Kurashiki. Interesting, but again, we're focusing on the Tsukishima because we are pretty much going to win that fight. I want to see, though, how she performs against some of these other characters. Now, for the most part, oh, she got absolutely clapped by Yuha. Yuha's still the king of Brave Battles. That's not a prize, but the Chad was able to come through and actually allow us to win that game. I will test later how she performs against some other characters, but for the most part, with the way you want to use YACHIRU, is mainly just against Tsukishima, Jugrim, and also Yamamoto. Basically, the 3 invincible characters. None of them really have killer against YACHIRU, and that allows her to be used and an optimal character to go against them. Alright, so into our next match. This Yamamoto, I believe, is actually Max Transcended. They just don't have the SP slot. So, let's see how this one does go down. I'm actually expecting my Kenpachi to lose here. Never mind, Kenpachi was able to come through, and so was YACHIRU, getting under the 50% and still taking Tsukishima with her. Hearing that quote. It's it's bringing back a wave of nostalgia from basically, what, 2018? Alright, so we found a team with Yamamoto. Let's see. Oh, he's only T15. This is pretty much going to be light work for YACHIRU, right? Surely. Yeah, look at that. Even the strong attacks are... Oh, Yamamoto, lad, unfortunate for you. The Chad go against each other, but Yama's still alive. He does have double Last Ditch. But look at the damage difference. Granted, he wasn't like a fully built up Yamamoto, but he didn't even really stand a chance against a Max Transcended YACHIRU Unohana. What we have here, though, is a team that outperforms us in terms of Transcendence. I'm actually expecting them to win. But let's look at a Max Transcended Yamamoto. Ooh, unfortunate. That was actually very unfortunate right there because the Yamamoto actually inflicted us with weakening, so he wasn't able to do any damage. So when it comes to YACHIRU versus Yamamoto, you kind of have to be careful with that. YACHIRU can't affect any stat elements, but Yamamoto, even when he is at a disadvantage in terms of Transcendence, there is always that possibility he can apply weakening and also burn, and that's going to eat away YACHIRU's HP. But that's why you want to have a good team, and that's why Kenpachi and Chad were able to follow through, even though our Unohana did get weakened there. Next up, we have another Yamamoto team. In this case, he's actually 2 out of 5, so I believe he has level 10 attack and focus. Look at that. YACHIRU, you absolute queen. This is so fun just using YACHIRU again, man. This is why I wanted to try out a Max Transcended YACHIRU, because at 1 out of 5, she was performing quite well. And at 5 out of 5, she can easily stay in anyone's team. It just really comes down to what your other 2 characters are working with. And again, the fact that she can even go against someone like Yamamoto is kind of crazy, considering that they released, what, 4 years apart. So for this game, we're doing a bit of testing. We have a 1 out of 5 Kenpachi against a Max Transcended YACHIRU, and then we have a Max Transcended YACHIRU against a 1 out of 5 Yuha. Let's see how this one turns out. there. Oh, okay. So we actually won with our Kenpachi. Not really sure how that happened. I'm not going to lie. But we were able to beat a Yuha at the very least. So we'll take it. So there you go. If you do have a max transcended YACHIRU and you find any 1 out of 5 Yuhas running around, which isn't rare, Yuha is a still somewhat rare character. He hasn't even reran yet. You could win those fights. You can win those fights. All right. So in this case, we found another max transcended Yamamoto. Let's see how this one does go. We actually have a better build, so I'm expecting us to win here. Yeah, look at that. Nice and easy, YACHIRU. Nice and easy. He wakes up, goes back down. Just like in the anime, Yama goes down. In this case, by the hands of Chad, Kenny, and also YACHIRU. Now we're putting YACHIRU against a 2 out of 5 Yuha. So this one, I'd be surprised if we win here, to be honest. I'll be surprised, especially if he paralyzes. Let's see how this one does go. And we got paralyzed. Yeah, okay, it's a wash. It's a wash. And so did my Chad. Oh, no, that's... yo! That was just... and he's got the soul bomb. Brother. Okay, that was just quite simply a Yuha diff. Bro paralyzed everyone. Paralyzed my Chad and YACHIRU almost from the get-go. Like, Chad literally just lost to Kuroshiki. That doesn't normally happen, fam. And then they also grabbed the soul bomb. Unfortunate. But I guess that's why Yuha is basically the best Brave Battle character in the game still. In this case, we have a I think that was a 2 out of 5 Tsukishima. Yeah, like, not even close. We barely even got under 50% stamina. They did have last ditch, but it just didn't matter. I kind of want to grab a soul bomb and get YACHIRU use it, but I don't think our games are going to last that long. Next up, we're going against a 3 out of 5 Jurugrim. In this case, it's obviously we do have the advantage here in terms of stats. He actually did weaken, but you could see that we were actually dominating that Jurugrim, but he was lucky enough to actually inflict the weakening. But it's fine because we didn't even, again, get under 50% stamina. We're going to take the risk again and put her against another Yuha. Hopefully this time he doesn't paralyze if we can kill fast enough, surely. Lucky to the SA2. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Lovely. Look at the stamina difference too. So you will see there that a 1 out of 5 Yuha will basically lose to a 5 out of 5 YACHIRU. But of course, with the nature of RNG, it can go either way. If man inflicts paralysis, it's basically over for you. But we did get lucky there, or more so we didn't get unlucky, and we were able to put a Yuha down. So for our next game, this is a 4 out of 5 Yamamoto. Stamina stats look to be almost the exact same. We have 61k stamina, they had 54k. Bro didn't even stand a chance. What happened there? Oh my god. Bro got absolutely destroyed. And for our final match, we're going against a max transcended Yuha. Let's see if we do win this. We might actually win despite him being max transcended. It really depends. We'll see how it goes. Hold on. Oh, yeah, okay, nah, it just didn't work. We won, though, surprisingly, so we got lucky there. So this person actually went with a NAD build and didn't actually have DR. So despite actually losing the battle, we actually were able to win the game there because that Yuha was basically just dishing out a lot of damage, but also at the same time taking a lot of damage in. And I like to think that was a team effort for winning that. I'm actually kind of surprised we won, I'm not going to lie. But with that said, lads, that was the video for today, showcasing a max transcended 1000-year Blood War YACHIRU Unohana. Obviously, as already mentioned at the start of the video, I think she performed quite well. At max transcendence, she definitely is a character that is worth being on your team, especially if you like her, right? I think Brave Battles, especially with characters like this, has gotten to a point where, you know, there's a lot of meta characters. There's a lot of different characters and combination of teams that you can use. And if you enjoy someone like this, even if she's not like the most optimal character, you can put her to usage, and I think that's a great thing. I am someone that has demonstrated multiple times on my channel. I like to use 6 anniversary Aizen in my Brave Battle team, and it works because that's how good Brave Battles is right now, where you can use a lot of these different characters. And in her case, yeah, like I mentioned, she's not a top 5 Brave Battle character in the game, but she is good enough to be used. And if you are someone that invests into this character, max transcend her like this lad did today, then you definitely can use her and put her to work, and she is going to perform quite well. So at max transcendence, yeah, she's back. YACHIRU Unohana is back. But with that said, hope you lads did enjoy the video. Again, a massive shout out to Cute Tux. I think I said that right. I don't think I did, for lending me that counter showcase today. Hope you lads enjoyed the video. I'll see you lads next time. Take care and peace.